Alright guys, hello, welcome to trade recap of the 3rd of March. I'm going to be quite quick on this because I do need to go gym and I've got like a banana and a coffee right next to me which I'll be eating alongside my fucking trade recap. Oh, let's go. Coming into the market, as I got 45 today. Nothing. Okay, nothing with impact. That's okay. Let's go on the daily. On the daily, what did we have? We still have that SMT that held. Okay. And what did we do as well? We took out in the morning when I was looking at the chart, we took out yesterday's low. Okay, we took it out. Yeah, so on the daily, we can see that we're near the range lows, right? Remember, we're in a large consolidation. We're getting close to those lows, okay? Market keeps trying to poke at them, it's failing every time, right? Now, the weird part was we closed yesterday on a bullish gap, but we displaced below. So it was really, really weird when it comes to reading this sort of candle. I don't know what it means. If anyone in the comments knows, you let me know. But yeah, for now, it's quite difficult to decipher what was going on. So what I do, I went into the lower time frames to kind of see what was going on. Okay. Look at the 4 hour. So 4 hour, we displaced through a bullish gap. Okay? We displaced through. So we disrespect bullish PDAs. Okay. PDAs are PD arrays. Okay. We were reaching for external draws, which is this low, which is yesterday's low. Okay. And so that was obviously our draw in the morning. All right. Price does take it out in the morning. Okay. 1 hour chart, nothing but bearish candles. So it was of no help. Okay. I think a lesson for me is when I see loads of bearish candles like this, we can expect a retracement into this area. Okay. When it's nothing but like a specific color candle, we can expect some sort of, I want to see an example. So nothing but down candles pretty much, retracement. Nothing but up candles, we don't get a retracement. Nothing but up candles, we get a retracement. Okay, so there's no continuation before it. Here, we haven't reached back into it yet, but we'll definitely like to. Lucky to. But yeah, this looks very deliberate. Okay, very deliberate to take out this low. Okay, now don't forget we have that bullish SMT. Okay, so what's going on? Daily and the 4 hour are in a counter trend. Okay, they're acting against one another. You've got the daily that's bullish and the hourly that's relatively bearish. Okay, now my mistake was lack of patience today. Okay, I should have seen the sweep in this hourly SMT. Sorry, hourly change it to say delivery, maybe even the 15-minute one. Okay, so here for example, we'll see what we don't get a trade entry in this one, and obviously I'll go through the trade that I took. Okay, so midnight opening price, what do? We just continue lower. Okay, London, what does it do? It continues low, and what does it do? It takes out yesterday's low. Okay, it takes out yesterday's low. It takes out a key level. So what can we expect? We can expect London reversal, New York continuation. Okay, but yeah, so what I was looking for is if we get a lack of displacement through this low, we can expect a continuation higher. But if we do get displacement, we can expect a continuation lower. Okay, or we wait for sorry, the correct thing to do is to wait for New York to do something and then push us in the correct direction. Okay. But yeah, what ends up happening is we get an SMT on Thursday, the 5th of February. Low. We get an SMT Thursday, the 5th of Feb. So we sweep it. Actually, just draw it out for you guys. We sweep it and SMT. Okay. I really don't want to burn myself. I'm scared. That's really hot. But yeah, we get that. The important thing that I was looking for was the lack of displacement. Okay. Now, what happens in the London session? Well, let me show you guys. Market obviously sweeps out yesterday's low. If we get a change to say delivery. Now, obviously, an ideal entry would be somewhere here, and price obviously fails and it takes out the low. Okay. Obviously, it doesn't matter because I'm not trading at like overnight sessions anyway. But yeah, I was looking for the change of state delivery to get maybe a confirmation that we are relatively bullish. And let's see, just by looking at this trade, I was going to take the wrong trade. Okay. Now market obviously runs a little bit higher and then it plummets down. Okay. And it retraces into what? This discounted area. Price eventually tanks all the way down. Now let's see. Now market opens. Okay, so let's look at market open. Let me actually replay. And let's go to, what time frame is this? It's the 1 minute time frame. I want to see exactly what happened right here. So what can we see happen? In 1 minute, market opens, manipulates higher, and it takes out these resting highs, but fails to do so on ES. Okay. Now, market opens and sweeps this key level of intermediate high within a bearish gap. If price has a change of state delivery lower, I will be willing to take shorts to then target what? Those external daily lows, right? These lows, these lows, these lows, these lows that have not been tapped into yet. Okay. So the one thing that I commented on, but I just ignored, is the higher time frame SMT. Okay, the higher time frame always holds more power. Therefore, what you should follow it. Okay. Which could confirm longs into internal liquidity. Okay. But yeah, simply put, in this scenario, if price displaces above this intermediate high, I'm going to look to seek longs. If we get a change of state delivery lower, I'm looking to seek with shorts. Okay. Now, on the SMT, we get a change of state delivery. So let me show you guys. We get the SMT, and then this is our change of state delivery, which we get. Okay, it confirms. Okay, confirmed. Now, what was I looking for here? Looking for a displacement leg lower. And ideally the range was, I think it was here. Actually, it's literally going to draw itself out. So let's just show you that. Never mind, it's actually not going to draw itself. But yeah, this trade was incorrect. Why? Well, the range is here. This is our range. Is there anything in the discount? No. Premium, sorry. No, there's nothing, right? Your range is not here. Okay, your range is not here. Why? Because there's no liquidity swept. No liquidity swept, no liquidity swept. Your range is all the way up here. Okay. If liquidity got swept, then that's on your range. Okay. But it wasn't, which means this trade should have been voided. Okay. This trade was not correct. What I ended up doing is actually taking this 1 minute range. Okay. This very, very inappropriate 1 minute range. Let me show you that. So here was that range, which makes no sense since we're obviously clearly respecting bullish prices. We're moving higher, we tap into this gap, we move higher. Tap into this gap, move higher. Higher, 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 high. Lower, high, lower, high. Sorry, higher, low, higher, low. All right. What I do is I look at the 1 minute, which I've never done before. I don't know what I thought it was. Looking to the 1 minute, we had a 1 minute gap. I think there was a 2 minute gap actually here. Nope. But yeah, I entered off here and price moves lower a little bit, takes out these lows, and then moves a little bit lower. What does it do? Let me show you. Okay, here we have nothing, but look at ES. We have a small gap. What does it do? It perfectly respects it, and then this is what causes the volatility, and boom. Okay, we move with speed. Okay, and we hit my stop loss. Okay, but yeah. So overall, when it comes to this trade, I didn't feel. I felt quite unconfident and a bit had a bit of anxiety and worry when it came to this trade. Why? Well, I thought that we were going to get stopped out because we swept the low, which was here, right? We had the SMT, and I did not analyze it. Okay, I did not analyze it properly. I was too tunnel vision on the lower time frames. Did not focus this sweep as well as the high time frame SMT. Okay, and it caused me to obviously take a rushed and panicky trade. Okay, I did not feel confident, and what I was praying for the market to do, which you should never pray for the market to do anything in your favor. Okay, you should be confident in what you're doing. what I wanted price to do really was to at least just come back into my entry level and I just place a break even and get myself out of the trade because I wasn't really confident about it. Okay. It doesn't end up happening and I take my loss and that's fine. So the lesson learned, trade your rules. Okay. It's one of the most simplest things that you can do. And it's very basic. You write out a list of your rules, you wait for them. If they happen, you trade. If they don't happen, you don't trade. It's as simple as that. I didn't do it, and look what happened to me. Okay. If I waited, look, if I had taken my range, okay, and analyzed even here, despite the sell side liquidity sweep, okay, the sell side sweep, right, of morning session like London session is lows, I would have had obviously potentially the chance to obviously get a trade. Okay. Now, do I get the opportunity to ever take a trade? No, right? I don't. I literally do not. Let me show you guys. I was really wanting this trade to play out. Do we even reach a discount? No, we don't. What does that mean? You don't take a trade, right? This would have been a super clean setup, but obviously price just rallies on. Okay. Maybe there's a way for me to be able to catch these trades. I might eventually, I don't know, learn. Like maybe here, where I think something like this, and obviously this is our not even a discount, so obviously even then, once again, avoidable trade. Okay. But yeah, during lunch we consolidate, and obviously then we continue to get this rally into the internal liquidities, which is exactly what I said in my notes. Okay, so I need to slow down. Okay, I'm very I'm rushing a lot when it comes to this. Okay, now look, for example, let me give you guys an example. The next range, right, is now from here to here. Why? Because we swept out short-term liquidity. Okay, we swept out short-term liquidity and we rally on higher, right? So this is on your displacement leg, right? This is not a displacement leg. Why? Because we don't take out any form of liquidity. Short-term low taken out. Okay, and then what do we have? In this case, this is our discount. Look, price may reach into this area, right? Before then obviously continuing on a little bit higher. Okay, so you put what your stop loss here, target, that's your best target. Extreme is up here. I doubt price is going to reach that region for this day. Okay, but yeah, overall the market bias was correct. Okay, we had the sweep and we had the bearishness in the morning. Okay, we had the bearishness, we had the manipulation in the morning, we had the SMT, but we didn't get a trade entry, right? And what do you do in that situation? You do nothing. I have nothing. Okay, you do nothing. Okay, you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. No gap, nothing to confirm lower prices. Why? Because the high time frame is posting for higher prices. Okay, we have a high time frame daily SMT. Daily SMTs are key. Okay, they're very important. Okay, so yeah, we opened up a manipulated higher following higher time frame narrative and distributed lower. Okay, a high time frame narrative, obviously, looking at it now is what I'm saying is kind of incorrect, but at the same time, see, we're just in our consolidation, so it's always going to be quite unclear with what's going on in the market. Okay, I feel like my psychology is actually getting the better of me at the minute, which is not good long term. I need to kind of just stick to my rules and my strategies. I need to stop letting emotions play with it. Oh, maybe let me catch this trade, you know, and look at maybe the 1 minute for a range which doesn't even exist and is incorrect, you know. Like for example, the correct range here would be something like let's look at here. It'd be something like here to here. So from this high to this low. Okay. What I would have done in this scenario to just catch a trade entry, I would have been, oh, okay, that's our range. Now this gap looks like it's in a premium. What does it do? Put my stop loss there. Boom. Stopped out. Okay. And it's very dangerous. Okay, it's very dangerous and it's not correct to do. But yeah, it's not hard to follow some rules. Right, I just need to remain composed when I'm looking at the market. If I don't have my trading strategy in my vision clearly, right, if I do not see a nice sweep with the change of the state delivery and I retrace back into the area, I just don't take the trade, right? Why? Because I'd obviously catching some move like this would be fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong, it would be amazing, but if the market doesn't provide it, why am I going to chase it? Right? It's not optimal, right? If the entry doesn't meet my margins as well, I don't take the trade. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes you might have a setup like this, okay? And you want to target this, and you can't risk the 1%. Why? Because your margin level, I think it's to do with your leverage. Something to do with this, right? And I can't risk my 1%. So what do? I just don't take the trade. Okay, I don't take the trade because the market's not letting me for a reason, right? It's saying you ain't got the bread to do all that, right? And that's okay. That's completely okay. Anyway, that's that for today. I'm gonna probably just drink only half of this coffee because honestly I don't know if I can like it. But yeah, that's that, and I'll see you lot later today for a trade recap. Not a trade recap. I want to do a back testing session with you lot. I've done like a bunch without you lot, so I'll do one again with you guys today. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys later tonight. Bye bye.